beautiful wife, Rachel. And together we are talking with famous people. Here with another live stream that's filled with action and excitement. The kind of live stream that anybody would want to be a part of. So we decided to make tonight a little more interesting. Hi, Jason. I have nothing to... Oh, I assumed you told me to hit a blinker. You just said, hey, babe. Hey, darling, sweetheart. First, let me see how my shorts is doing. It's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Even just looking at it without the sound.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It is.
Okay, so we are not starting off with a blinker. Okay, no blinkers happening tonight. Blinker free. However, I would perhaps be remiss were I to omit the fact that she and I took mushrooms. What you gonna even do? What you gonna do on a Sunday evening? Write some terrible songs about lemons. Stand by the lemon tree.
I think you're so cute. I love you.
Thanks, my beautiful darling. I think you're so cute, and I love you as well. I will pull bull. That never hurt anybody.
No.
Live chat. So, we'll see how these mushrooms hit. It's a new, different kind of mushrooms than we had the last 2 times. And Rachel and I split about an eighth, less than an eighth, I think, because he gave me like a big eighth, but not a quarter. Because last time we kind of meowed. Might have a spot of nightcap blinkage. A spot of nightcap blinkage. Maybe. I'm not sure what that is, but sounds fun.
Should I have another weed tea?
Yeah, sure. You want to go combo? Go combo.
That's a good idea.
We got one of those weed teas. They're quite delicious and they get you high. I get it. Nightcap blinkage is referring to a nightcap of blinker. The reason it made no sense to me is because it's only 5:46 in the evening here. It's not nighttime. This isn't nighttime. It's still light outside. Super light. It's like as light and bright as a light bright. Bacon, egg, and cheese. Ooh, late. So, if you've watched any of my, what tastes so good? If you've watched any of my mushroom live streams before, you know that they start off pretty normal, like right now, and then, well, that's if you don't push any little things in, Acacia, and then they get a little bit more unhinged as the evening goes along. I was pleased to have this occasion to, I was happy when the mushrooms arrived because I think Rachel and I were both looking forward to doing them tonight. And here we are. And of course, it wouldn't be doing mushrooms if we weren't also live streaming? That would seem strange. Wouldn't that seem strange?
Yeah, it would.
I wouldn't have any reason to be talking all that so much at everything as I do when I enjoy the company of y'all. Hello, greetings from Serbia. Hello, greetings from California. So tell me, Serbia, whatever happened to Montenegro? You never hear about Montenegro anymore. Anyway, regardless of what happened to Montenegro, regardless of what happened in Montenegro, we are waiting. We're taking our time. We're making our way in the world today. And that takes everything that we've got. I don't want to smoke a cigarette, but I do want to go stand outside. Maybe while holding the guitar for a little while. It's such a nice day out today. It's about as nice a day as the day is going to be nice, you know? Sometimes days are nice. I'm going to go back inside and get the guitar. But you can watch me. I mean, you can watch the outside while I'm away. Keep an eye on that. Actually, let me do all of my adjusting here now before I have a guitar around my shoulders. Montenegro wants to separate, but we are same people, same language. Well, I wonder if they call themselves Montenegros. Probably they're Montegranians or something, you know. I'm gonna go stand in a little bit of sunlight that I can find here. I got a little bit of sunshine in which to stand, and I got a tall glass of sand. I got a little bit of sunshine in which to sit, and every day I try to shit. I've got a big tree in front of me, but you can't see it 'cause you are facing the wrong direction. That was pretty good. It was a pretty good song. Oh, I don't have my... Oh, I do have them. They're just hiding from me. The deal for real is here. I'm sorry about your dog, Jody Renee McDaniel. Very sorry to hear that. I know the death of a dog can be quite, traumatic and requires some serious grieving. Let's see. Well, You might call me a rambling man, 'cause I do a lot of thumbing and a kicking cans, but it won't do now. It's good to call me names. I'm glad I wasn't well at Woodrow. I wasn't born and raised in no ghetto, just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. You might call me a good time fella, but I ain't no black and I ain't no yellow. You might call me a good time fella, but I ain't no black and I ain't no yellow. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. I don't want no handout living, don't want any part of anything they giving. I'm proud and white and got a song to sing. Well, I said a few things and I'll admit it. If you want to get ahead, you got to hump and get it. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. Well, I said a few things and I'll admit it. If you want to get ahead, you got to hump and get it. Just a white boy looking for a place to do my thing. My thing. What is my thing? You're probably wondering. I don't know either. I'm not sure what my thing is. I mean, one of my things is my penis. You might refer to it as my thing. Be careful with your high hips syndrome. You don't want people to see your thing.
You sound like a baby angel.
Thanks, darling. AKA a cherub. When was the last year you wiped that guitar clean? I don't know. I only got it like. When did I get this? 2 years ago? Yeah, about 2 years ago. About 2 years ago exactly, I think. It was right around this time of year when I got it. So I guess 2 years ago. I don't wipe my guitar clean normally. It's not a regular upkeep thing that I do. But you know what I do sometimes? Put on a hat.
Oh, that is a thing you do sometimes.
With a hat and glasses, I look much more sophisticated. Good day, sir. My name's Eric. I'm a respectable gentleman now. So, I think what I might do at the moment, well, there's a couple things I could do while I'm waiting for the drugs to kick in. But the one that I'm thinking about involves the piano, aka the keyboard.
Is it lame if I take a nap?
No, you go do your thing, darling. You don't worry about being lame one little bit. You don't need to worry about being lame.
Thanks, baby. I love you.
I love you too. Ah, yes, say all the people. Wonderful. Exactly what we came here for. Some keyboards. Stubborn devil. Don't be a stubborn devil. Oh my God, I was doing something last night that was the most frustrating thing in the world, but I actually pulled it off, which was to try to make it such that, well, see, this has an output, yes, but it's the same quarter-inch output as the headphone jack. So when you plug anything in, away goes the sound and you can't hear it anymore. This is like, Our story begins one blustery afternoon when a young Daniel Spencer, you know, kind of got that feel to it. That's my new song. Wait, hold on. I'll get it right this time. Right. Wait. That one. There. And now I got it right. Am I eating vampire blood tonight? No, I am. I'm taking mushrooms. I've taken mushrooms, and we're going to just see how that goes. That's right. Uh-huh. What you talking about? That's right. Uh-huh. I'm talking about that. That's right. Uh-huh. What you talking about? That's right. Uh-huh. I'm talking about that. That's right. Uh-huh. That's right. Uh-huh. That's right. Uh-huh. That's right. Change the drum beat up a little bit. Where can I get me some mushrooms when I need some? I don't know where you live. If you live here in Mariposa, you can come over right now and have some. How's that for an invitation, big dog? It's a great invitation. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to bring these two people together in holy matrimony. Yes, this one is a lady, and sure, that one's a man, but one of them's transgender, so don't get mad. And we boo, ba-da-dee-dee-dee-poo, ba-da-dee-dee-dee-poo, ba-da-dee-dee-dee, pop, 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 pop. Yes, fun times. Fun times on the piano. Let's try a different organ. Purple org. Does that sound purple to you? Well, purple organ, huh? 16 plus 2 organ. That's my new song. I I've been well, Brian Brewer. Thank you for asking. As you can tell, I recently acquired this keyboard. And I don't really play keyboard, but that doesn't really matter. You know, like that kind of stuff. Can't you hear that beep noise? It means get out of my chair. That one, that's the root. Eventually you can find it if you just keep looking. Theater, that's dramatic. Church. Chapel. This is like funeral music, you know? I'm sorry to tell you your loved one is dead, but you can find peace here in the chapel instead. Isn't fun? Music a lot of fun. Yeah, especially when you don't play an instrument, it's more fun than when you do play it. Interestingly enough. And yeah, it's got bass on here too, like okay, there we go. I'm gonna get it. Now that's fretless bass. How about better, different sounding bass? Synth bass. High Q bass. I like this bass. I was playing around with these basses the other day. Other kind of bass. We have dance bass. If you play it up here, it sounds like an oboe. All right, well, cool. So, let's see. What else we got on here? Strings, huh? And now, I want everybody to please stand. Give a big round of applause to Eric. I'm here, everybody. I'm here. I'm like a C major. Chamber. That sounds like, bad guys sneaking up behind you. That's a good sound. Synth strings. It's got a really late attack. Slow strings does too. Tremolo strings. Tremolo strings. Tremolo strings. How about up here? And we're going to change the drums now. That's a nice song. So, where he rolls the hands around in circles. I don't know that dance. So like this, like that, or like this. And dance. And dance. And dance. Dance. Is it that dance you're talking about? 'Cause I love that dance. Dance! That's a funny dance. Hard rock. Sounds like the devil's music to me. A. That doesn't sound like hard rock to me. Orchestra hit, violin, cello, contrabs. Contrabs. I don't know what contrabs is. Pretty impressive. And I've just been taking lessons for 3 years. We need a different beat for this one. This is a banjo, in case you can't tell. A banjo. Boy, I cannot play this instrument for shit. I'm so terrible at it. It's amazing me. Cool shuffle. Yes, Buddy Cat. That's right. Now don't be coming around here with your hating, Buddy Cat, and you go ice skating and you fall on your butt. No thanks, sir. This is extra, extra, extra fur. Fur coat on your fur when it's cold. It's so good, you are old. So go away now, Baldy, and get out of my way. That's a good drum beat. Let me change the sound of the instrument too, the harp. I hate not being able to play this. Get out of here, you. It's like it's so different than guitar. Guitar, I by and large can like do what I want to do. Are you serious? Are you serious? That's fucking ridiculous. Like, how do I get this cord entangled around that? It's ridiculous. Anyway, here we go. Yeah, it's me, Elton John. Here, I'm more of a Liberace kind of skill level, I think. There. Now we just put that like that. We'll put this like that. All the way there. God! I hate physical objects. Except for the ones that I love. I love this hat. This hat is a 100% winner. I really like it. It's a good hat. Right? You know? It's a fine hat. It's a good hat. I like it a lot. In case I didn't make it clear, thumbs up to the hat. Winston's mom bought it for me for some sort of occasion. I don't know. And I was like, damn, that's a good hat when I saw it. All right, you want to go take the trash out to the street? Might as well. Still just waiting for the drugs to kick in. But at least we got that going on. It makes tonight a little bit fun. It makes tonight a little bit country and a little bit rock and roll. Why did I put my glasses down? Thank you, Ruben R., for your kind and generous donation. It's greatly appreciated. I'm sorry I didn't recognize it sooner. I mean, recognize it by drawing attention to it. I did recognize it in the sense of I knew what it was. So, oh yeah, that's a hard dance. Takes years of work with the Bolshoi Ballet to be able to do that dance. I saw this meme the other day, which was really just a snapshot of a Twitter tweet, and it said, people who say bear with me never actually have a bear with them. Which I don't know, it struck my funny bone. It's a good observation. I think those people who say bear with me might be lying. Hi, Winston's mom. If you just got here, you missed my passionate embrace of this hat, which is a very fine hat. Yes, of course I watched it. Pretty good, of course I watched it. And I'm not even worried about it. I'm not even worried about it, because, hi, Iron Line. Because the reason I'm not even worried about it is SC was as cold shooting as you could possibly be in the second half. It just was like every single shot was just miss, 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 miss. Despite that, it was still a relatively close game. I mean, we were trying to the very end, right? It was, I think, a 5-point game in the end. Maybe they got an extra bucket at the end or something, but that was an extremely tight game score-wise for a game that SC played so horribly on. It's like that. We are never going to play worse than that. Okay, I've seen SC throw in some stinkers this year, but we are never going to play worse than that. Just in terms of shooting, I'm never going to shoot worse than that. I don't think it's possible for a team to shoot worse than that. like not just bad shooting, but like 0 for 28 kind of shit. Just insanely bad shooting. So in that regard, there's no reason to be worried. We're not going to shoot that bad again. My new phone, I'm a little bit more, and I'm be more careful that it not fall on the ground and break. well, I don't really feel the mushrooms yet, per se. But I can tell they're kicking in because everything's got that vivid, sharp contrast kind of look that she gets me around mushrooms. Also, I'm getting the mushroom yawns where you feel you need to. Right, exactly. Thank you, Putty Cat. Essie was 24 of 70. It's terrible. Hi, Sandy Prim. I am doing well. Thank you for hoping that. I reciprocate your hope. I also hope that you are doing well. Because I'm a very hopeful person. I feel like I just need to stop and chill out because I've been like taking too much Wellbutrin. Thank you, Winston's mom, for keeping track of that. It's when the mushrooms start to hit a little bit. Because you are correct to assume that we took them right before I started the stream. I had no clue that some New Zealanders made disaster movies. I would if I had any, Putty Cat. I heard about that. Well, good for him, you know. Obviously, he can get whatever drugs he wants because he's a super billionaire guy. I could probably get as well, but it would require me to drive somewhere. I don't know about that whole driving thing, but I've been taking way too much Wellbutrin, so I'm feeling like, okay, you just need to relax your body, relax yourself, because when you pop 5, 6 of those Wellbutrins, well, you get a little, it's not like you get sprung, but you get kind of gacky and kind of like, okay, I can't sit still. I gotta do something. Happy days, happy times. What could be happier than mushrooms on a Sunday night? So, you know, how much do you really need from life? Not that much. Just a few things. One of them being mushrooms. And the other thing being, you know, all that stuff like a house and clothes and food and stuff like that. But that doesn't even count. I'm not talking about that kind of stuff, obviously. Yes, you need that kind of stuff. But it's only in the same fashion that you need dough. Jack Daniels on a Friday night. Well, not a Jack Daniels consumer. So that wouldn't be a good day for me. It was a good movie about a bunch of kids on the internet, on the island for a concert, a young female cop, a word dad, etc. Scenery was very pretty. Yeah, New Zealand is very photogenic, you know. If geography were high school, New Zealand would be super popular girl, you know. Yeah, it is used to help people stop smoking. Interestingly, I started smoking on it. I quit smoking like for 7 months or something, and I quit with no Wellbutrin at all. Then I started taking Wellbutrin like in September, and I started smoking again. So take that, Wellbutrin. Take that. Ants in the pants. Yeah, I got ants in the pants, Pretty Cat. It's a good way to put it. Or, if you want to be more Phineas and Ferb, you could call it squirrels. Squirrels in my pants. Squirrels, squirrels, squirrels. Drink, right. Glasses, right. Oh, mushroom yawns. You so cray. Rachel drank 2 of those. Iced teas, I think. Did she? I'm not sure. At least one of them. And she felt like taking a nap. So understandable. Mushroom yawns are kind of super annoying. There would be ill-advised to name it that, I think, Preston's mom. Well, butt rims. You know, I've got 2 drugs that both work as an expletive at the beginning of a sentence. I've got Wellbutrin. You know, take a look at yourself. Look what you've done. That kind of expletive. Wellbutrin. And I've also got, this is not my drug, but olanzapine. Will you just stop with your ways? I decided to still myself for a moment. And I needed to do that. I read the book Lord of the Flies. It was about some children who are not very good at taking care of themselves. Understandably, because they're children, after all. You can't expect them to take good care of themselves. Mushroom yawns. But not like normal yawns. You don't necessarily get satisfaction at the end of it, like you do with a normal yawn. These mushrooms are starting to hit already. I don't know what you can say about them from that, but probably a good thing. Oh, television set, why do you do this? Just like when I forget to turn you off, just don't do this. Do something else. I don't know what. Like it's the screensaver. Or a little ball bouncing around a black field or something. I don't like TV being smart. I'm perfectly fine with a dumb TV. You know? Who needs a smart TV? Nobody. Hi, Shane Starr. Hi, William. So, I was watching earlier today, obviously, the SC-UCLA game. The Big Ten Championship game, you could also call it. And right before they go back to the game from a commercial, they have these little local news things that just basically says, I'm tonight at 11:30, this thing. And then you go back to the game. Well, on one of those occasions, it said her name was Babb. Babb was how it was spelled. It's like, that's a weird way to spell Bab, but I guess, sure, fine. And then the next time, it was a different anchor lady, and her last name was Herr, her. These are their last names. It made me think that we're in a simulation, and they just kind of was randomly generated names. Let me put my glasses on. Oh, God. I hate having to wear glasses. Yeah, I don't know what else they could possibly be. It's like I dropped a little piece of mushrooms on the ground. Yes, I'm talking about the Big Ten. Their conference for 18 schools. The Big Ten is kind of like Final Fantasy V. It doesn't seem to get the point of its name. You know what I'm saying? Alright, well, I'm just going to let this, settle in a bit. Shane Star says, spending my Sunday evening driving home from work. ISTJ life. Makes sense, Shane Star. Makes sense. Thanks for liking the hat as well. Winston's mom gave it to me for, I don't know, some occasion. It came in this totally squished box, but it's only squished on one side. And it just so happened to not be squished on where the hat was inside the box. Otherwise, it would have been destroyed, I think. I mean, because the box was smashed like somebody had stomped it as flat as possible. No, I have no casino trips planned, but I don't know if you were at that live stream where I talked about this, but when I went down to get, I guess, weed stuff from Merced, I had $100 in my wallet, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stop and check out this casino Merced thing. And I started with 100 and left with 300. It was in and out in fairly short order, It was super squished. It wasn't just like a little bit dented. Like one side of the box was like pressed down flat, um, like something heavy had landed on it or something. I don't know. What type is this? Doormat cuck when sober, raging tough guy when drunk. That's not a type. That doesn't link to personality type. That just links to the alternative to personality type, which is individual experiences generating differentiation within a type. And that person hasn't had has had some bad experience, obviously, you know. No, it was a $200 profit, Putty Cat. But no, I was playing blackjack. They didn't have any poker at that casino. Even if they did, I had to get in and out because I knew Rachel was waiting for me to get back, and I don't know why. Maybe there was a game I was going to watch or something. I felt like I had to get in and out of there for some reason. Man, I just had a friend of mine, longtime friend, get drunk and rage and end the relationship. Alcohol sucks. Well, I mean, I would say don't trust the relationship to be over just because he ended it when he was drunk. Because when he's sober in the morning, he's probably going to be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say all those things to you last night." Are you feeling freaky or am I feeling geeky? I'm feeling a little bit ants in the pants and a little bit mushroom yawny. Like I got too many yawns, more yawns than I could possibly need. And I've also got that vivid contrast feelings, scenes, more than feelings. Now I'm starting to feel a little sleepy even. Then there's the lonely chick who gets drunk in the evenings and spams your phone. I wouldn't know about that. I don't know if I buy that though. You can see nice people become complete assholes. You can't really say they're assholes by nature because you know them sober. When I drank, was I happy drunk? Um, I mean, not towards the end. I probably started a fair amount of fights with my wife at the time. But I was just an isolating drunk. I tried to isolate. I don't know. I was never physical with anybody when I got drunk. I was never down to throw hands or whatever. She's probably not a narcissist just because she spams your phone when drunk. That's very little to go on to be calling people a narcissist. You know, being a drunk, if you have a problem with alcohol, which is to say, you you get drunk all the time, you know, then it's gonna make you, it's gonna create problem versions of you that aren't your real self, but are instead just side effects of being an alcoholic. Like, most of all, that's my bad behavior cleared right up when I quit drinking. Thanks, Rachel, darling. Rachel says that she thinks I'm the star of the show. Well, I am the star of this show, I guess. But obviously not when you're streaming, Rachel. But when I'm streaming, I'm definitely or qualify as the star of this show. Because I'm the only person in the show. And the show is being put on by me for my own purposes. Trouble thinks he's the star of the show, but I don't think so. I think he's a pain in the rear. Although I will undoubtedly I don't know. Whatever I was going to say. Mushrooms do make you sleepy, actually. They. The only reason they don't seem to make me sleepy usually is because I'm also on Adderall. This time I'm on Wellbutrin, but not Adderall. I could probably use taking another Wellbutrin. But they're kind of slow acting to acting. And probably it'll be over the sleepiness period by the time it kicks in. And Wellbutrin doesn't necessarily make me feel awake anyway. Same as Adderall, I guess. But Adderall like makes it impossible to sleep. Whereas Wellbutrin, I can sleep on Wellbutrin all the time, no problem. So you think like drunk behavior gets a pass if the person is otherwise nice sober? I mean, I don't know if they get a pass. I'm not suggesting anybody get a pass for their bad behavior just because they were drunk when it happened. Um, but I am suggesting all I was saying is it's incorrect to say that's the real him. The real you comes out when you're drunk. That statement is false. Iron Line, thank you so much. I was thinking about having a thing right now where we look through the memes that I have on my desktop and decide, well, first of all, I'm going to throw away the ones I've already posted so I don't post it again. So, but let's go do this. This sounds like fun. We'll go together decide which ones are worthy of being posted. Like, the memes already have gone through an extreme selection process to even get onto my desktop in the first place. But even among those, I only want to post the best of those. Like, I'll probably put this one up for sure. Okay, let's see if you can see. I'll have to make this taller. Okay, I'll make it taller. Yeah, well, that's, I guess, accurate. All right. Now, we're going to start with this one. New year, new me. No more going outside. I burned off all my fingerprints. The bats are back. I don't know how I don't post that one. How about this one? Let me just blow it up into this thing. You can't see the top of it. I moved to the seance. I'm sure that's not the correct answer. I really like this picture of this guy in the snake sweater. That one's not gonna probably go make it up there. I already posted this one, so I want to throw this one away. I like this one a lot. I've been getting Erica's name wrong for my whole life. That's how you spell it. Watch out, trouble. I should change this here. This again on the planet. No, you didn't. VO5 men 23 and 1. Shampoo, conditioner, body wash, toothpaste, mouthwash, deodorant, peanut butter, Gatorade, milk, tin foil, tennis shoes, dental floss, and eye drops. I just thought this was a clever thing. You know, nobody ever thinks about that. This says, do people who run marathons know they don't have to? This one, I enjoy this one. When your family won't eat mushrooms with you at 9 a.m. on Christmas. Well, happy birthday, Jesus. Sorry your party's so boring. So lame. I like that one. I told you guys about this one earlier. People say bear with me, and they don't even have a bear with them. I thought this one was funny as well. This week on House Hunters, husband, fart coin investor, wife, OnlyFans model. Budget $35 million. I posted this one, so I'll delete it. Explains itself, I suppose. Oh. How the fuck's Subway gonna ask me for a tip? Bro, we made the sandwich together. Michael Rosoft. It's just a picture. I had a caption that I didn't like, but I liked the picture. I don't remember what the caption was. I think that's a great invention. I also thought this was a good meme for explaining the difference between those two things, right? Finding out and realizing. Oh. So there we have this one, which is very wholesome. This is just a pun, I guess. Pie chart. Pie I have eaten. Pie I have not yet eaten. I don't know. This makes me laugh. We do this not because it is easy, but because we thought it would be easy. I like that. That explains my life a lot. Hey, Caroline. Nice to see you. But this one, I was just like, is that a real thing? Or was that AI generated? I don't know. Nothing beats a pickle pop on a hot summer day. I'm not going to post that one. This one also is super fantastic. I How do you stand in? I posted this one. Posted this one. Posted this one. Posted this one. Although we'll take a moment to enjoy it again. Artist. Artist. So how would you like to be painted, young lady? Girl. With my favorite fish. Are you sure it might? With my fish! Oh, okay. And also with this drunk cat. She's got a fish in this hand. And this poor cat. Oh, I forgot I have to delete that one. I don't know if I didn't post this. I used it as a thumbnail. I still cannot wrap my head around how I won an award for this in my Photoshop class. String cheese. A woman with $20 of groceries before going home to her $15,000 house in 1980. This one. I got us some drugs. That's interesting because I take drugs. And me. That's why I got two. I thought this was a cute sort of love letter to Rachel. I used this, I think, as a thumbnail as well. Taco, taco, burrito, burrito, Jennifer Lopez. I don't know why she says those things. But this is maybe my favorite one of all of the memes. Big fan of this picture of a veterinarian showing a cat how fat he is. This is hilarious. Like, how did this picture even come to be? Why does that pamphlet exist there? Oh. Man, never underestimate the power of a duck. Obviously, in truth, that gate was bent before the duck walked through. I think I already posted this, so I'm going to delete this. Some of them don't post very well because they don't have the right aspect ratio. Well, I guess that's the end of the memes. Yep, that's the end of them. So that was fun. That was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bob's Pickle Pops can be enjoyed frozen or unfrozen. They really exist, huh? That sounds disgusting. Why would one want a pickle popsicle? It's like, yeah, no matter how much you like pickles, you don't need them to also be a popsicle. It's just, I don't know. Good pun, Ironland. I enjoyed it too. I enjoyed it too. Some kind of recovery treat. No, I think people probably just actually like them. It's like a cold pickle. You'd be better off just eating a pickle. In my opinion. Of course, the pickle pop, big pickle pop, doesn't consult me before they make those kind of decisions. I like that thing that people do where you put big in front of something that makes it bad. Big pharma, big corporations, big tobacco, you know. There. Oh, I only took one trash can up to the street. I was going to take the trash up to the street because I have to do that today. But I only took one trash can up to the street. And then I guess I said, I've had enough of this activity. Probably I just mindlessly forgot what I was doing. You would want one if it didn't have the pickle slice. How do you stand in the shower? Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, well, that's fine. Big deal. What were they? There's a problem with the browser. I could just show you. I don't know why I would try to explain what's going on here. It goes like that now. It crashed. It crashed is basically all I need to say about that. All this extra stuff is completely unnecessary. It crashed. I can feel the mushrooms really starting to come on here. It's like I feel still for the first time in months or something. Don't do that, Eric. Did you even smoke anything? I don't even know. Because I came back in here to fix that thing. Don't say or something at the end of your statements. Or any variance of that. I don't like that I do that. Oh, mushroom yawns. You're so unsatisfying. Okay, I've got it back up and running again. Am I smoking weed? Not at the moment. Hilarious, Rachel. Amanda hug and kiss. That's what I am to you. Can you show your buttocks? It's like a Christmas song. Reminds me of a Christmas song. Can you show your buttocks? I can, and yet I won't, I can, but I won't show them now. No, you won't see my butt cheeks from me. That happens to me all the time. I'm sure it happens. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if this happens to other people or not. Like, can you show your butt cheeks? It's like this. It's the right syllable pattern for that Christmas song. Can you show your butt cheeks? Na 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 na. A child, a child. I don't know what the first lyrics to that Christmas song are. Like every time certain cadences go, it's like that song I sing a lot, so it's easy to understand why it reminded me of that song. Because I sing to Rachel, like, do you want a soda? But anyway, the point is, lots of sentences have cadence to the syllables that are the same as the cadence to the first lyrics of a song, right? Or to the melody line of a song. So that happens a lot. Like if you were to say, for example, tight shorts look good on you. I would say perhaps, sweet dreams are made of these. Because it's got the same cadence to it. I don't know why I feel the need to tell you about it. But I guess that's just what I do. That's just how I roll. I roll like a wheel that's been oiled up and sent down a slope that's approaching 90 degrees. Of course, if it were actually 90 degrees, there would be no rolling anyway. You just have to fall off the edge. Okay, mushrooms, can you stop with the mushroom yawns already? You never know what mushrooms are going to give you. Sometimes they give you like mushroom nasal cavity colon blow, where you just have endless amounts of shit you're blowing out of your nose. Other times you get very cold. So other times you'll get what I have, this disease, the mushroom yawns. Oh. I mean, obviously yawning makes your nose run a little bit. But I remember when Rachel and I were at the Madonna Inn, and we took these mushrooms called Ghost PE. I was tripping really good, but my nose would not stop running. It was just like, how can this amount of stuff have ever been inside me? In Brazil, this is common. Joseph Moro, hello. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad that you offered salutations. Because otherwise, I would have said, rude much? Boy, oh boy. If that's just not the peanuts and the Snickers. The peanuts and the Snickers is an interesting metaphor because it has the possibility to accidentally offend people in two different ways. Okay. God. TE stuff is just so much a pain in the ass. Yawning a lot means you're being haunted by a yawn monster? Let me see. Just gotta scroll down. By someone. Did you know? I did not know that. But in this case, these mushrooms, I know exactly who I'm being haunted by. Mushrooms. These are the mushroom yawns. That's different than regular yawning a lot. Yeah, this is like drug-induced yawning a lot. I want to announce, says Joseph Morrow, I am eating a tuna sandwich. And no, you rate? What? That would have been a more Oh, I see. I see. You're talking to somebody other than me. I make that mistake all the time. Can you summon by force yawning? You mean by using the force? Like, if you're a Jedi, can you... We know that, like, Darth Vader, right? He can just go like this and make you choke. But if they don't want you to choke, but they still want you to get a message, can they make you yawn with the force? Good question. Excellent question. Hard-boiled eggs. I'm going to say no. Because using the force to choke someone is fairly straightforward. You just got to use your magical power to squish their neck, you know. But using the force to make somebody yawn, well, that's another story. Like, how would the force know what to do exactly? So no, no force-induced yawning, except maybe Yoda. Maybe he could do it. But he's the only one who's capable of that. Yeah, as far as eggs go, I never, okay, Ruben's got a good comeback here. So, if you can force choke and also, this is the key point. You could have left that first part off. If you can get those two guards to be like, these aren't the droids we're looking for, you can force yawn someone. I'm not so sure about that because we know the mechanism by which you cause somebody to agree with you. The mechanism is that they're hypnotized, you know. They're hypnotized. There's already, in other words, that's already a thing, so it's fine. Things that are already a thing are fine. But you can't induce yawning because it's not like there's a yawn button inside of you. You could be hypnotized into yawning, maybe pretending to yawn, but they wouldn't be real yawns. You know, they'd just be fake yawns. So what do you think about that, Ruben? What do you think about that? Hi, simple girl. How you doing? Oh, you're doing research? That's not fair. There's supposed to be no research allowed. Hashtag fake yawns. If you can force a state of tiredness leading to yawn, okay. You can. I was just joking. You can research all you want. Can you influence? Well, you can hypnotize people with it. Obviously, that's to convince them. It's very narrow skill that force provides you. It only allows you to hypnotize people into believing that these aren't the droids you're looking for. So if you're not dealing with any droid searches, it's really a useless power. Hello, Ben Q. Not much. We're just discussing whether in Star Wars, if you can use the Force to make somebody yawn. Can you influence mental states with the Force? Yeah, so that's the thing is, it's the case that if you could force tiredness on somebody, so you use the Force to make them tired. I'm not sure how you would do that, but let's say you could do that. And as a consequence of their tiredness, they began yawning. That would not be causing the yawn with the Force. That would not qualify as that, okay? You're taking my advice and going to the coin shop tomorrow. Good for you. I don't remember ever giving that advice, but good for you. A Force yawn is nice and concise. Well, it's like, okay, well, think about it this way. You could burp the alphabet because it's something you can make yourself do. But you can't yawn the alphabet because yawns come upon you against your will. Even if you tried, you wouldn't be able to get all of it. I'll try, I guess. Well, I mean, the true yawn part is air is going in, so obviously you can't say the alphabet when you're yawning. The exhale part is not really part of the yawn. Okay. that's post that's post yawn cuddling. What's the time now? It's 7:17. CK. The time will be 7:17 and 30 seconds. Beep. Do they still have that call that what time it is phone thing? The force is energy. It's very common to yawn in response to energy moving through your body. Okay, but look, we're not trying to get incidental side effect yawns by using the force. We're trying to directly get the yawn, for the force to be like, not be like have energy go through their body or make them tired or make them sleepy or whatever, put them on mushrooms. Instead, you want it to just be, I'm using the force specifically to make you yawn. We can't have any side effect or like really the cause is energy moving through your body just causes the energy to move through your body. But just so happens that a side effect of that is yawning. That's not using the force. That doesn't qualify as using the force to make someone yawn. So no, a Jedi cannot force yawn someone, but they can use the force to gaslight better. Okay, they're not gaslighting the guards, okay, because Gaslighting takes time. You have to do it over time. It can't just be like one sentence gaslight. Then it's just called hypnotizing. They use the force to hypnotize them. It's like it's basically the same way. It's not even clear that Obi-Wan used the force when he did that. It could have just been a parlor trick. He might not have been using the force at that moment. He might have just been like pulling an INFJ. These aren't the droids you're looking for. You don't want to waste your time on this. There you go. Yeah, these aren't the droids we're looking for. The only reason you have to think that it's the Force is because of that, like, kind of robotic way they say it. This Jedi could very well have like a full 5-hour prep phase before inducing the yawn. Oh, what I'm saying is you could give him a lifetime of prep, and he's still not going to be able to induce a yawn. What color is your lightsaber? It's gonna be one of those dumb tests that Rachel likes to take. What color is your lightsaber? Do you like this or that? Oh, that's silly. Etymology online, huh? Proto-Indo-European. It seems like it's going to be a chill trip, like not too out of hand. But usually when I say that, I'm just premature, and then things get a little bit more squirrely in like half an hour or something. Well, at least I feel like I'm mostly done yawning, I think. I may have a few more yawns in me, but I think I'm mostly done with the yawning part. We consider that part of the ascent, right? But runny nose, that could last the whole trip. If you could either make people yawn or make them pee, which would you choose? Well, it depends on whether you want to prevent them from talking or not. Because peeing, it's not. Let's say I'm fighting you and you use your power to make me pee. I can still keep fighting you and just be peeing and fighting at the same time. Is a contagious yawn basically the force? No, the force has to be wielded by somebody. So a contagious yawn would be the force wielding itself. I don't think that's possible. But then I could tase you in the pee spot and it would be amplified. Okay, well, you do make a good point. There are some exceptions in which making somebody pee puts them at a disadvantage in a fight. I concede the point. You propose a formal study. I agree. We need these questions answered. I know what we need to do to figure out whether or not the force can be used to force yawn people. We need to consult an expert. When in doubt, consult an expert. Harrison Ford. What does Harrison Ford have to do with anything? He can't even use the force. All he has is a Millennium Falcon and a Chewbacca as a friend. That's the only things he's got going for him. No force at all. Oh, I see. Harrison Ford. Well, even if Harrison Ford, but you got it wrong because Harrison Ford doesn't use the Force. You'd have to consult the guy who played Luke Skywalker, but nobody can remember his name. Bill Walton or Dave Matthews. Both of those things do not make me yawn, they make me mad. Dave Matthews Band. Boring is way up here. If they could get to boring, they'd be doing fantastic. Well, it's not really a joke, though, Ruben. But I guess, touche. An idiot might think that is a joke. That's fine. Not all jokes do. I need to I don't need to do anything, but I'm just thinking about the phone's electricity. Because if I'm going to go back outside, it's getting low on battery. That means I'm going to have to take this thing exactly. I pooped at the seance. That's not what that says. I wish somebody would have actually, hit the buzzer. I want to solve it. I pooped at the seance. That would be fantastic. It would have to be somebody who is into seances a lot, because otherwise, why would you think of that? Well, whoever made that meme thought of it. They probably aren't that into seances. God damn it. There. Turns out I don't have night vision. Even though I specifically ordered it. Oh, the TE nightmare that is. That keyboard. And all of the ensuing horrors. You see, that keyboard has 1/4 inch out. That's for either phones or output. Which means that, hi Jonathan, which means that when you plug a 1/4 inch into the output, you can't hear anything. And there's no phones jack, right? Because you're using that as the output. But what it does have, hilariously, is a helpful animation of hands clapping to show you what the beat is. Ridiculously. So, well, how are you going to work around that problem, Eric? I need to hear this, but I can't if I'm trying to record this and hear it at the same time. So, there's a way to do it, but first of all of my headphones are aux cables, 1/8 inch. None of them are 1/4" cables. So obviously I need an adapter from 1/8" to 1/4" if I want to use headphones at all. Because the only headphones way I can do this is on the sound card. There's a headphone jack, but of course it's 1/4". So I don't have that adapter. So what I had to do was, I don't even remember exactly what it was, but I jury rigged this thing up. Why is this not working? There's something wrong with that jack? Did I not plug this in all the way? Is it working now? Yeah, I think now it is. I can't tell. Okay, well, there's another jack over there that I'm pretty confident works. So let's try another one. Stay there. Yeah, that's working now. I think the previous one worked when I pushed that button anyway. But okay, whew, that was hard. I'm fine, host Eric. 2131. I don't know what that means. What's 2131 mean? Is that some military thing? There. Now I have the sensible thing. I've got the lights on and the phone charging successfully. Probably should have just turned on the lights first thing, you know. Oh, you're talking about my birthday or something? Gotcha. Yeah, okay. I didn't I didn't know what you're talking about, but now I do. And it turns out that you're talking about one of those things that I don't care about at all. So you can make my birthday whatever you want. I could have moons going all over the place. Hey, Mom, how goes it? Jonathan Earl, I am not your mother. Can you not tell me apart from your mother? Oh, you were talking to Winston's mom. I keep smoking these butts, but I'm like basically running out of them, except for the fact that I have a mostly full pack of cigarettes inside the house. So, good for me for using up these butts. Billy Wallace, hello UK. I hear your kingdom is united. Your kingdom may be united, but are your hearts? You ever thought about that? English people sure do love soccer. They love their national soccer team a lot. Like, they're really into their soccer team. But it never wins. It's always like one of the favorites, and then they're always just like... they're kind of like the Cubs. Sometimes you think they've got a great team. They could go to the playoffs this year, but they're the Cubs. They just kind of like stumble. I always root for England when they're playing soccer on the world stage. Of course, in soccer, United Kingdom is not the same thing as England, because in soccer, for some reason that I don't know why, Wales gets their own team. I know that they get their own team. I think Scotland gets their own team. Which is fine. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying I don't know why that is. But because they're obviously all part of the same country, aren't they? As far as I know, they are. Maybe not. What do I know? If they are not part of the same country, then they need to drop the United from their name and just be called Kingdom. Can we agree on that? That if Scotland and Wales are going to get their own soccer teams, then you shouldn't call it United Kingdom anymore. You should call it just Kingdom. I agree with myself. And that's good enough for me. I agree with myself, and that's good enough for me. That's basically FI in a nutshell. What? Let me check my feelings. Yeah, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and England is UK, but Republic of Ireland is their own country. Well, I knew that Ireland was its own country. But my point is, you're not being very united about soccer. Like, maybe there's one guy from on the Wales team who's super good, and one guy on the Scotland team super good. And you could make your team better by actually being the United Kingdom. What do you think about that, England? That's why they're not called the United Kingdom in soccer. They're called England. Only Ings are allowed to play on their team. But are you hearing what I'm saying, though, Billy Wallace? If you combine forces with Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and yourself, you could field a better soccer team. So, anyway, you're welcome, England. I just solved your soccer problem. You know how you're always the bridesmaid, never the bride? Well, I just solved that problem. You are going to be married next World Cup, provided you crush any sense of independence out of Scotland and Wales. Force them to conform. Make them say, we are English. There's no such thing as Welsh. And then you could have them on your soccer team. I mean, they might not give their best effort after you forced them and everything, but I'd like to think their competitive spirit would win the day. I imagine there being like TV news segments in England. What to do about our struggling footballers? Well, the answer, it turns out, comes from an American. And they explained my idea. Yeah, I was blowing out candles. Lots of candles. I'm pretty much constantly blowing out candles. Because I don't know why I keep lighting them, but I've lit so many candles that now pretty much all I can do with my time is blow out candles. I wonder if back in the days before electricity, like let's say like a 1300s, okay? Nothing really happened in the 1300s, seems like. But if they had like in a castle a person whose job it was to blow out the candles at night. Candle blowout. That would be a good job to have, provided you've got good lung strength. Because maybe some of the candles you can't really get right next to them. You have to blow from some distance away, like, and maybe it takes like 2 attempts, 3 attempts. You know, only the best blowers in all of Italy were considered for this position in the Italian court. England had the first special forces on Earth. Well, what about candle blowouters? Were you first at that too? Are you trying to claim that England invented blowing out candles? I don't think so, sir. I don't think so. Did I say candle out blower? That's a much better name than candle blowouter. Candle out blower makes more sense. It makes more sense from in your mouth. It makes less sense in your language. Hi, Mac 468L. I mean hashtag Mac 468L. Pointing at me, you love to. I love to what? What do you mean, peace? I love peace. I mean, I don't prefer war. I guess you could say that. I don't consider myself a peace lover because I tend to think of those peace lovers as pacifists, and I'm not a pacifist. Why do you give me so much trouble? God. Yeah, just go there. Oh, God. This whole area is just a nightmare. It's just a complete nightmare. It's like every surface is just covered in like weed dust. For some reason, can we get a house tour? Sure, you get a house tour. Let me just let my phone charge up a little bit more. Or really, I should say, let me just pull another bum rip. And then we'll go on a house tour. We'll start with the worst spot of all, which is right here, where just my filth gets it. Oh, it's horrible. For some reason, it's like I can't just, or I don't just clean up weed particles like I would anything else, right? Like if I like drop some food on the table, I'm gonna clean it up, right? And just throw that bit away. But with weed, for some reason, I just don't clean it up. I think, well, that might be useful. Weed's not that expensive these days. It's actually kind of remarkably cheap. You're talking an ounce for under $100 at Cookies. So I don't know why I'm being all, you know, persnickety about it and everything. But whatever, give. Time to pull another bong rip, and then we'll go for a house tour. And I'll show you this horrible spot that I'm sitting in all around me. How horrible it looks. I mean, you know, there are plenty of parts of the house that may look more or less lived in, you know. But this is not just lived in. This is like squalor town. You can see there all of that mess. I clean up there more often. And then there. Oh. Oh, how terrible. Provisions for the flesh fail-safe. I don't know what that is. Oh, right. I was giving a house tour. I already forgot what I was doing. We'll put this on. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do either. God damn it, Eric. Why are you such a dummy all the time? Okay. Check your charger connection. Oh. I see. That's this cable here. We're going to tour the house one electrical cord at a time. One electrical cord distance. This, we'll start here. These are our two cats, Trouble and Capio. Capio's back there, sitting on her box. She likes to sit on that box. This is a table with a keyboard on top of it. That's the passage to the kitchen. That's where I'm reading what you're saying. Over there, we have like music stuff. And then, oh, horrible mess. Look at all that this clutter. Oh, I hate it so much. Well, why don't you clean it up then, Eric? Well, because I suck. I don't know what else to tell you. All right. This room is what we like to call, is our little pet name for it, the kitchen. As you can see, it's a little dated. This house was built in the early 2000s. Here are the cat treats. Oh, I should feed the cat these treats, but once they're gone again. Both the cats go apeshit for these treats. So, you know, I didn't clean up that pan yet. Look, there's like no dishes. That's pretty good. The coffee area looks bad. Just don't look at it. Over there, that's where Trouble eats food. And there's the door to the outside right there. And this is the refrigerator. Now you can see the door to the outside. And this is the refrigerator. And then there's this little spot right here too. This is where Capio eats. And over there is where Trouble eats. Because Trouble is not a good... He's a toxic family member, is one way to put it. He does not behave well. with his sister Capio. Instead, he's always trying to do violence against her. Okay. This is what we call the dining room. And we actually used it as a dining room just the other day when we had the neighbors over for dinner. Isn't that nice? It's good to have a dining room if you want to have guests eat over at your house. But how frequently does one use a dining room? Well, if one is me and Rachel, the answer is very, very infrequent. Okay, electrical plug move time. We'll plug this one in right about here. This is a good enough spot. I don't like all these detectors. I should take them all down. I don't want you detecting things to save my life, okay? I don't like it. I never asked for these things to be detected. This is the half bath, which means it doesn't have any shower or bath in it. Really, they should call it a no bath because it doesn't have any bath at all. It's not like it has half of a bath in there. But that stool there, that's my poop stool. It's supposed to be pushed back there, but I guess I left it out last time. Usually I push that back. Okay, now we're going to take a gander at the foyer. This is the foyer. And to get it lit, I have to push a lot of these things. There. And the foyer is, I think, like the coolest room of this house because isn't that slick? And there's useless windows. Nobody can look at those windows. Right? Because there's no way, I mean, you could stand on that little ledge there, but I'm sure it's not meant to be stood on. Regardless, if you were standing on the floor, you have to be incredibly tall to look out that window. Trouble wants to go inside. Go ahead. Enjoy yourself. So can you move your tail, please? He likes to do this thing where he like keeps his tail in the door so I can't close it yet. I don't know why he wants to do that. He's just, I guess, checking out the what just turned off? I don't know. This is the foyer, is the point. I don't know what we're talking about. All right, let's go. Now we're going to explore the other part down here, which is this part. This part is called the hallway. Now, as you can see, it's a perfect kind of game show or death game show thing we got going on here. You have 3 identical doors. Which one do you choose? Behind one, a great white shark. Behind the other, a pot of gold. Actually, this is the tech closet which goes underneath this. It's like slants down like that as you get more that way because it's underneath the stairs. And I call it the tech closet, but because it has all these wires and stuff, but we don't really keep tech stuff. Well, I do keep wires and shit in here. All right, just a storage space. Next that's where Harry Potter had to live, right? Was underneath the stairs. Yeah, not a bad space, actually, if you think about it. I don't know what Harry Potter was complaining about so much. Behind door number 2, ta-da! It's the pantry. Nothing very exciting in there. Behind door number 3, we have the vacuum closet. And that's all the doors. Behind door number 4 is the master bedroom. That's where Rachel lives. I don't want to bother her, so we're not going to go in there. It just looks like a bedroom, except it's got a bathroom attached to it that looks quite dated. And, you know, it's like anybody's bathroom if you're with a woman anyway. It's got like lipsticks and all that kind of stuff all over the place. So, well, no, she gets most of it in the drawers, actually. I think. I don't know. There's various things in there. Probably maybe, I don't know what I would leave around. It just feels like there's stuff left around in there. I'm not sure if there is or not. Okay. Let's take a look over here now. This is what the Native Americans would call the laundry room. This, you can see, is our laundry basket and our laundry sink. And, oh, too short. I'll have to bring it over here because we ran out of electrical cord. It's not that the cord is too short. It's that it's not long enough for this purpose. It's a goodly length cord. I don't want to talk bad about this cord. I like this cord a lot. You could say this cord and I are besties. Anyway, besties notwithstanding, I believe we were discussing the important matter of the laundry room. So, it's got both washer, which is sensibly top-loaded, thank God, and dryer, which can be front-loaded fine. Who cares, you know? That's fine. Doesn't matter with dryer. It matters with this. Washing machine, if you have a front washing machine, oh, how terrible. The reason they did that, I guess, is so that it could be stackable, but it's still a terrible idea. This is the door to the outside. This is a little closet where Rachel keeps some various things. I don't know. Bleach, this blanket, some Halloween costume, hand lotion. This thing's cool. Let me see if I can make it go. Isn't that cool? The problem with it is it's hard to put back once you get it pulled out like that. I don't think Rachel wants to try putting any clothes on it because obviously it's way too fragile to hang anything on. Even though it's supposedly a clothes dryer. How do you put this back again? Shit. Is there some way to do this easily? Oh no. I put it back before. I know I put it back before for sure. Oh, how do you do it though? Okay, you know what? Maybe I should just. Oh wait, I think I'm making progress. Hold on. This one here. Good, now. Go down. There you go. There you go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was really satisfying. Thank God I got that thing down. Now, I'm going to show you. The attic. No tip. Sorry. The attic. No tip. Okay, let's take a gander. Roundabout Old Attic Road. Make a left onto Attic Drive. And go straight through to Attic Land. This is the attic. I don't feel it going all the way up there. But you can see it goes all the way to the end. And this other side is just like this kind of insulation. So, now you've seen the attic briefly. Next, we're gonna look at the garage. But before we do that, we're gonna make a quick trip back to the kitchen for a beverage. Actually, I'm gonna make that trip by myself because I don't want to unplug it. Okay, I got my beverage. Now let's, you might say, where is it? It's in my pocket. It's a bottle of water, so it's easy to carry like that. This, you can see, is the door to the garage. It has a cat door there. That was here when we moved in, and so is well made and positioned and smartly considered like most things. I'll show you, however, the other cat door which I put in, which will demonstrate to you that I'm not very good at that. Okay, I'm gonna get the plug now. God damn it, why is everything so hard? It's because this phone wants electricity. Just go without it, phone. Okay. Now, this is I wish it were brighter in here. Because one of those lights is broken. Okay. I cannot break this phone. That's what I cannot do. Alright. Good. Now we're cooking with biscuits. This is a chair I sometimes sit down on when I smoke cigarettes out here. You can see by the cigarette butts on the floor. And other cigarette butts up over there. When it's cold and I don't want to go outside, I smoke in here. These are storage things. Like that. It's got storage space coming out the wazoo. As you can see, we've got that storage space there. We've got underneath there. We've got these two more next to it. And then we've got these two storage spaces. Then we've got those two storage spaces. All of the two little ones underneath there. And then the two storage spaces at the end. Could we have any more storage space? Could anybody possibly need that much storage space? Your guess is as good as mine. My guess, by the way, is no. I mean, if you... Sorry, I'm cleaning the cat box. If you, I guess I gotta take a shit ton of mushrooms. I don't know why. I wonder how Rachel's tripping. So anyway, I just cleaned the cat box. Try. When I'm in the garage, Trouble will stand at the door because he prefers not to go through the cat door. This is a little wilderness car, and it's called the Kawasaki Mule. I consider it kind of part of the house. Because when we bought the house, this was parked in the garage. Even though we bought it separately, it's still, I think of it as coming with the house, you know. There's some gas cans that I need to fill up. I need to take it to the gas station. There's some potting soil that is obviously mid-process. Who knows? Well, there's a project that I started months and months ago with Cameron, but never did anything. There's where Eileen shovels and brooms. If you actually needed all of this storage space, you seriously need to get rid of some of your stuff. It's like, who needs that much storage space? So anyway, that's the shop vac, which I like a lot. I'm a big fan of that shop vac. I highly recommend it. This, on the other hand, is the generator. It's just a Generac, it's fine, but DeWalt slapped their branding on it and charged more. I didn't know that until after I bought it. Now this is excellent. This is a Honda power sprayer. What do they call these things? Power washer? Pressure washer? I don't know. But you call it whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm talking about. And the thing is, this shit will, it'll tear divots out of concrete if you if you have it on maximum pointiness. Because it has different attachments that make it more or less pointy, There's my massive cords. Don't judge me. Please don't judge me. Okay, now I'm going to take this plug and shove it. Now I'm not going to take this plug and shove it. I'm going to take this plug upstairs so we can see upstairs. You may remember the bathroom from earlier in our tour. This is the staircase. That's the spot that Rachel and I both leave things at for some reason. Like, I'll leave Rachel things. If she gets a package, I'll just leave it right there. But Rachel leaves things there too. I'm not sure why. Maybe she's considering carrying it upstairs. I don't know. She needs an on-deck circle, perhaps? It's hard to say. Okay. All right, now that we finally have it plugged in, we can take the time to look at things. So these are the stairs that we just walked up. These lamps here, they're actually oil fire lamps because this house is equipped to deal with a lot of power outages. This little thing right here, well, I don't have a name for it. Well, let's call it the standing area. If you stand in this area, you can see out those windows. But that doesn't count as looking out those windows. obviously. It's not like you're right next to those windows. Okay, I'm just referencing what I said earlier about nobody can look out those windows. This doesn't count as looking out those windows, is what I'm saying. Maybe it should. Okay, what's wrong here? God damn it. Fucking shitbag Samsung. They gave me the brick to charge my phone, but they didn't give me the cable to charge it. And it requires, it's like the thing that I'm plugged into the phone here on both ends. There's no regular USB end, you know what I'm saying? You can only charge shit, I guess, with that block. But they don't give me the cord for it. What the hell? Anyway, this is the top of that fan that I was telling you about. But the point of this, the whole thing about, reason I was telling you about the cord too, is because this supposedly has lightning charge, where it just charges the whole phone from 0 to full in 15 minutes. What is that? Is this trouble here? Yeah, that's just trouble here. Of course, I can't use that because I don't have the right kind of cable. I should go order one while I'm thinking about it. So I'm not sure what's going on with the... Oh, I took the light out of here because... There. This is what we call the blue room because it has blue things in it. Blue curtains, blue bed, blue pillows. Hence the name. I know it's not a very creative name, but that's what we call this room. It's also the room of Rachel's closet because her room doesn't actually have a closet in it. And that dresser drawer, she puts clothes in there. You could look out the windows, but you won't see anything because it's dark. This is where you go if you want to get to the air conditioner outside the air conditioning unit. Or just onto the roof in general. It's an easy roof access window. Now let me do what? Let me turn that off there. Aha! I know I'm dying of thirst, but this time, in my pocket is a helpful bottle of water. Okay, now we're going to go in this bathroom. This bathroom, as you see, is a full bath, which means it actually has a bathtub. There's a toilet. This is a mirror. I never come up here. Rachel's the only person who ever uses this bathroom. So, you know, it's got Rachel's stuff in it. But the other thing it has, this is the one thing this bathroom has that I wish my bathroom had. Q-tips. Oh, right, let me show you. It has one of these heat lights as well. It's not red like a lot of them are. And it's got a fan. So there you saw all the capabilities of this bathroom, which include, but are not limited to, dispensing Q-tips. Buy another box of Q-tips? What? Are you crazy? I'm never going to remember to do that. This is Rachel. I bet she wouldn't want me showing it to you because it's quote unquote messy. This isn't messy. It's just It's just well lived in, right? She's got a big pile of, I guess it's dirty clothes right there. I don't know. And she's got shit lying all around. She's got drawers open. I didn't even bother closing the drawer. Oh, Kitty went away. Oh, that's too bad. I didn't mean to scare you away, Kitty. Anyway, this is Rachel's room upstairs. Oops. You went sideways. And as you can see, she's got stuff on a bulletin board, which to me seems adorably like a teenager, you know. But I don't know, it's just maybe it's a personality type thing. She's got her bed made though, relatively made, which is kind of not which is the alternative to being dirty, you know. This is her in her room closet. These fireplaces are not real fireplaces. They require propane gas, same as the central heating. So there's no reason ever to turn them on except they work when the electricity's off. So unlike the central heating. But there's still no reason to have them at all because they either if you leave the pilot light on, they are heating things constantly and burning through propane unnecessarily. And if you turn them off, then getting them started again is super hard. Because like if you take them like blow out the pilot light or whatever. Oh, that's right. This later. Okay, hold on. There's too many things going on at once. Anyway, those fireplaces are no good because I can't easily turn on and off the pilot light. That's why. We call this the black room. This is black. This is black. That's black. But it would be a stretch to call this gray blanket black. I don't know who we think we're fooling. This room has different color curtains than the main color, unlike the other room up here. Other rooms up here, I guess I should say. Rachel's has it is the same color. Rachel's you could call it a green room, you know, it's because it's olive green. But we don't call it that. We just call it Rachel's room. I don't think there's anything in this. Yeah, these are empty. These are for guests, you know. This is more a room that's fully reserved for guests, whereas Rachel's like, she has to kind of mini move out of the blue room if we need both rooms, you know. It's not that big of a deal, but because she wouldn't want. I want to show this mirror though. I always like to show this mirror when I'm doing tours. This mirror is passed down through my family. My grandmother had it a long time ago at her drugstore. This huge ass mirror, which you'll see me in right now. Hold on, let me pull up my pants. In her drugstore a long time ago, and then she brought it to her house in Arcadia, and then she died. And then my parents brought it to their house and put it in their house in Arcadia, and then they died. And now I have it in my house. Isn't that crazy? It's such a cool mirror. I'm not a fan of objects, but I'm a fan of that object. It's a rad looking mirror. Oh, right, she doesn't like to leave her door closed because Capio might want to go in there. Like, for example, this mirror here, it does just as good a job of reflecting. This mirror reflects no less well than the other mirror, but the other mirror is much better. The other mirror is bigger, but it's better for more reasons than that. Okay. Um, now we have to go back downstairs. There's nothing else to show you up here. In fact, there's nothing else to show you at all. That's the whole house. Except for the outside parts. You know, it's got this covered walkway thing here. I guess is part of the house, which you've probably seen because I've gone up there. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, I'll plug you back in. Like, unplug you for 1 second, you're like, I died at first. You're fine, phone. Just take it like a man. Oh, God. Do I really have to watch you eat? I don't want to. Let's see if he keeps meowing. If he doesn't keep meowing, then maybe I don't have to watch him eat. Now, I wonder if they fixed this thing. No, but it just happened the other day, so no way. Yeah, fix it. Okay. So let's just take a load off because that was quite a lot of work. And I'm sure whoever asked for a house tour is long gone. But I like giving house tours. I'm proud of my house. You know, not unreasonably so. I'm not like, hey, look at me kind of proud. It's just, I think it's a great house. I think we got really lucky to get this house. Okay, there it is. Victor Lamonti Wooten. What about him? What about Victor Wooten? I'm not tripping very hard. I want to know if Rachel's tripping hard or not. I don't know. What do I look like? An encyclopedia? Oh, he's giving me the stare. Let me show you. See if he can. Now, of course, as soon as this cat is nothing but trouble. Like every single thing about him is trouble. Like he's giving me a look. I want to film it. He changes his look. When I'm in the garage, he could easily enough walk through the cat door. Instead, he wants me to open the actual door for him because he doesn't like going through the cat door for some reason. Maybe it's a little snug, I guess, for him, but he's fit through there millions of times. I look like a man with very tall legs. I do have tall legs. Mirrors must have it tough because they can never see themselves. Good point, Sharp. Good point. Roger. Oh my God. Like, as a fluidly transracial person, I'm offended by that. I'm so offended. Because, black people are not just all black. They could be all different colors. Like brown, mostly. What do you think of cancer or AIDS? Nuclear war, for or against? Oh, I have to get up and turn off the light in the kitchen. The light over the stove in the kitchen, if it's on high when I'm sitting here, some of the time it glints into my eye. And I don't like it. So I always need to turn the hood light off before sitting down. But I forgot to do so. Now I must go do it. Sure, no problem, Sharp, saying Golly. Thanks for prompting me to have an opportunity to do so, because I do like giving house tours. And, outside is beautiful too. Like, we live in the Sierra Nevada mountains. We live near Yosemite, so, and we live in this neighborhood where there aren't any fences, so it's just kind of like, you're kind of like in the woods more, I guess. No, the shed's way down the hill. I'm not gonna go to the shed. That's super far away. Yes, just like the beer. They named the mountains after that beer, in fact. They were still debating what to call them when that beer came out. I don't know, what do we call these mountains? I can't think of any names for them. And then someone's like, they was just drinking one of those beers at the time, was like, Sierra Nevada? And everyone's like, bingo! Finally, those mountains have a name. Thank you, Sierra Nevada beer. Bake this rock. I don't know what that means, G. Does it mean smoke some crack? I generally try not to do that. I'd say my success rate on crack avoidance is very, very high. You never want to feel like you're perfect because you can always get safer, right? There's never enough safety in the world. You can always have more safety. If only that were actually true, instead of people acting like it was. Like during COVID, right? At the supermarket, at the pad where you put in your number, they put a piece of like laminate over it to make it harder to see and push the buttons. Because that way you won't get people's finger germs from the buttons. You'll get them from the laminate. It was like the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, are you serious? You put a little like plastic laminate thing over the numbers you push to be safer during COVID. I mean, oh, the TE Polar. And that's just some FE tool user had to have come up with that terrible idea. I just fully embrace the idea of safety theater. That's one possibility. Or their TE Polar. If they're like, yeah, let's just do some plenty of safety theater so people don't complain. How about putting this laminate of the numbers? Yeah, that's a funny one. Do that. People are idiots. They're not even gonna know. They're not even gonna make anything of it. The guards for the cashiers. You mean like the like plate glass windows that or plexiglass? I mean, yeah. That of course to deal with the cashier, both you and the cashier lean around the thing. What a spectacularly bad idea, you know? What a spectacularly bad idea. You wish you could see out that window up there. Nobody's allowed to see out that window. Not me, not anybody. It's either too high or too far away. I'm sorry I disturbed you, Capio. Capio was sleeping very happily on Rachel's bed when I went up to show her the tour, and she didn't like me clanging around, so she came back down here to her box that she sits on. This is that box that she sits on. Winston's mom sent me another hat as a gift. Not this hat, but a previous hat. And that's the box the hat came in. And since that moment, um, that was so confusing to read. Like Anthony Chang Matt Sherman. It seems like one long first name, kind of. Ever since we got that box, I just had it sitting on the ground over there because I'd take a while to throw things away. Um, and she took a liking to sitting on top of it. Oh, the new box was just completely trashed. And Trouble doesn't want his own box. He wants Capio to have nothing because he's a sociopath. Yes, he's very cute and adorable and lovable in the sense that I love him, but he's exactly his name. He's like the worst cat ever. Everything a cat could do wrong, this cat does wrong. Everything that annoys me, he willfully will seem to do it more. Like he does this horrible thing with his tail when I open the door for him to go outside. He likes to leave it in the door so I can't close the door. Even though the rest of his whole body is outside. just, just go outside already. That box spent at least 1 week in Sacramento alone. Probably with half of the box underneath that refrigerator or something. Um, but yeah, she's very content with that box, but he is not a good kitty. He makes us watch him eat, and he'll make us watch him eat even when he's not hungry and he's not actually gonna eat. He just wants to make us go in there and go over there and look at him. It's like he thinks that Capio has only a couple of areas she's allowed to be in. Either on her box, down here anyway. On her box, right here, right there, or is there any other spot she's allowed to be? Or just on the rocks, yeah. That's it. Those are like the three spots she's allowed to be in here according to Trouble. Now he knows that he's not supposed to assault his sister. Uh, so when I'm in the room, people with signs like "Stop the war, man," and "War is bad." What war were they protesting specifically? Or just all war at the same time? That just sounds like a simulation, right? Just like the names on the thing that I got earlier. Um, no, they don't want black and whites. Why would when some stores they closed the paint aisles and the garden seed aisles, yet the rest of the store was open? um, yeah, I've seen my cock many times, many times. I've also, I've seen his friend Mike Hunt. It was an H, that is, of course, and his other friend Mike is everywhere. I know, pretty cat. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. If they're protesting something, like if you're protesting, say, um, um, I got distracted by genitalia. Oh, okay, genitalia. Okay, I did the second one. I've not seen that one before. Genitalia. I haven't seen that one before. Um, people protest like if people are protesting Russia waging war against Ukraine in the United States, what are they thinking? It's totally like a simulation, right? You got you've got simulated protesters who've got signs that say things as obviously simulated as war is bad and stop the war. All right, Mike Hunt, yeah, he's a cousin of the Myaz family. Like, you remember Dixon Myaz? I don't know, that's just like the dumbest thing ever. Like, who are they arguing against? The pro-war faction? You never see those protesters. We need the war. Let's have a war. Come on, war. There have been quite a few iterations of Dixon, yeah. Well, there's also Holden Two Dicks. I don't know if you've met him. One of them that actually got me. I don't. I don't know how they got me because I if they did the normal like, hey, my friend, meow 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 thing, I would have caught on to it based on like the structural thing. But one that did get me was Anita Dick and me. Anita, Dickenme, I guess. Someone got stabbed at one of them. There's some really crazy people out there. Be careful if you go to any of those things. Hi, Dab Daddy. Yeah, who's got so little better to do that they go to a protest? I mean, who wouldn't rather just watch TV, if nothing else? I can think of just like anything would be better than doing that activity. You know what I feel like doing? I feel like going to a protest. Why? Good question. Because people got to know the war is bad. Yeah. A lot of things that make you think maybe the universe is a simulation, but any sufficiently large set of numbers, you're going to have anomalies that appear that way. It would be more evidence of a simulation if we didn't have any instances that seemed like a simulation. You got hash rosin? Well, I should pull some bong rips then. Together we'll get to London town. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, the thing about protesting the COVID lockdowns is it's the people who are protesting, who should be protesting, are the businesses who are being forced to be shut, right? They should say, I'm going to protest these lockdowns by opening anyway for business. Well, I mean, there's the conspiracy minded crowd. You know, I'm using the term broadly to mean people who see shadowy figures having intent behind everything that happens. Um, where was it going? Well, that's a good protest, Woody Cat, because then he has legal standing to actually um, seek a he has standing to seek a legal remedy at that point. I mean, what are they gonna put him in jail for? They can't possibly prosecute him for a crime. Pursuant to what law? There's probably an all-purpose law that says, if emergency personnel require an action of you, you must do it, or something like that. Because of an emergency, blah 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 blah. That would be unconstitutional anyway. The point is, that was the single best way to deal with the COVID shit was if business owners en masse just opened their businesses. Let them arrest. I mean, it's like if I was a business owner, I would have opened it because it's so obvious that what's going to happen. Okay, you arrest me, fine. On suspicion of what crime? Is your first question, right? Well, the thing is, Putty Cat, the emergency powers doesn't even matter. Like, if you're placing me under arrest, I'm asking you for what crime? What law did I break? On suspicion of what crime? And the thing is, once you get to court, there's not going to be anything, that anybody can say about it because just because some health officials made up some random draconian rules at a local level, whereas other counties didn't, like in Mariposa County, they didn't have a lockdown. I wasn't here then, but they didn't have a lockdown. There's absolutely no way in hell anybody could possibly be prosecuted for anything if they're being arrested for opening their business. I would just open it every day and have them keep arresting me. Wow, Winston's mom, that is a crazy story. I just read the whole thing. Now that's a powerful protest. I mean, I would just appeal to the civics student in every American deep down. You know, I appeal to the cops and say, look, this is entirely unconstitutional. Violates my freedom of assembly. And the emergency powers seized by this local authority are just seized carte blanche. Accordingly, whatever declarations they put out should not be considered law. They were not determined through the right processes, right? Oh, yeah. Of course the government left them. I mean, what else is the government going to do? The government can't possibly pay all of the losses incurred. It was such a. The whole thing just smacked so much of privileged intellectuals, privileged trust fund intellectuals, like me, but stupid. And I'm like, unable to understand the actual financial situation. Well, you know, there's one area where I definitely wish they weren't making cuts. It's to our national parks. Right. As the court should. The government cannot be financially responsible for harms that in the operation of its duties confer onto the public. But my point is, you're looking at it from the wrong angle. Like, the correct thing to do, if you are a business owner, is not to wait until after the fact and try to sue, but instead continue to get arrested every day until they acknowledge that there's not any crime being committed here. No, I mean, he's doing a lot of things I think are good. But he's also doing things I think are bad. In other words, he's doing a bunch of shit. He's an ESFP. That's what they do. Sup, Archer? But those rulings are, if I'm correct, they're referring to the same thing. They're about civil liability, right? Like they're after the fact things. They're not. They didn't rule in favor of the government. Yes, you were correct to arrest this guy and let's put him in prison after a jury trial where he'll be convicted of something, right? So it's like, sure, they have civil standing to point to losses incurred by this government policy, but there should be a broad and blanket thing in which the government can't be responsible for harms caused by laws that they pass. The thing here is there were no laws passed. That's the only reason you had two dissenting judges at all. But I mean, the thing is, I don't think anybody should object to the idea of emergency powers existing. The problem here is an emergency means it's emerging as a problem. You cannot have an emergency last for 2 fucking years. That's no longer an emergency. It's just a persistent problem. Well, hopefully better than the last one. I mean, I don't mean to judge Canada, but you guys are getting pretty like we're we're super sensitive about everything. Now let's make it into crazy laws. You just need to knock that shit off. Anything interesting going on tonight? Well, I am on mushrooms, but I'm not tripping very hard at all. It's obviously one or more of the psych drugs of Rachel's that I'm taking, or the Wellbutrin. I'm not sure what it is, but I don't think it's weak mushrooms. But I would like to talk to Rachel and see what she thinks. She's probably asleep, I'm guessing. I haven't heard from her for a while. Let me go peek in that room. I'll be right back. Yeah, she's asleep. She's fast asleep, so I don't know if the mushrooms hit her very hard either. I can tell she's asleep because the only time I hear her breathe. Effie Tool is that crazy. I don't want my loud breathing to bother anybody. And that's not even loud breathing at all. a second. Hmm. No. I guess might as well play this. Really ain't no point in that. Okay. I'll just do this instead. Change table. There we go. $11. We're going big today. We're going big. I got a starting stack of $11 instead of my usual $10. I decided to, just live a little. I'm just going to live a little. Right now, I'm trying to organize the screen so I can read your meow. Yeah, I know Winston's mom is also doing lots of terrible things and undermining checks and balances and doing all kinds of terrible things. I know. He's also doing some good things. Wait, no. Fold. Correct. No, we. They be a good fit in farming states there. Was a good fit in farming states. I'm not sure what your. Well, maybe Putty Cat, that's because Putty Cat says Newsom did a 180 on his stance on biological men participating in women's sports. Quite the interesting change from him. Maybe that's because he's transpositional. He didn't do a 180. He's just transpositional. Okay. So I'd like to put on some light music in the background that's not going to get me copyrighted. Um, let's see if I can. Mix of um, copyright free songs. See if they have that. Nefarious plans? No, I can't play that. Nefarious deeds? I think it's various plans underway. Yeah, it is a good. It's got a good chorus. I like it a lot too. And actually, the verses are fine. They're not great, but they're fine. I should learn how to play it. I think it's because the one of the things that makes it sound so good is that there's two vocal lines there. But I can still just do the main one. There's like some oohs and ahs in the background, and make it sound better. But I can still try to figure out how to play it. Nefarious plans all about various deeds underway. No, it's various plans all about. I forget the words, but it's fine. Yeah, gee, thank you for saying so. I appreciate it. I agree with you. I like that song. The various plans on various deeds underway. That's good. I'm so sad, huh? Um, that's not a terrible song. I have to pay attention to what I'm doing here. Hit that bong, my good friend. I will. Sure. Oh, right. I don't have any speakers on the TV right now because I have the other speakers because we were listening to music earlier. Let me turn on the speakers for the TV. I mean, turn them up. I have them turned down to 0. I tried to string the track and bring me afternoon way, but every new reality made on every day, and more of it, I am out of it. Reasons still unsaid. Unsaid. Still I need expectorate. The words inside my head. Seems like everybody's so sensitive, so eager to just get mad. I think the simple ways of living like a kid. Girls who want to be the dad. Have we lost our sense of scope and scale? Our capacity to laugh. The sense to know when not to wail. I play it pretty well here, I guess. Sounds like a pretty good recording of it. Still unsaid. So I'm sad, sad for me, sad for her. Happily and what you call sorrow, I call home. The blues that sing straight down. I'm gonna smoke this weed. Yeah, still I'm sad, so sad for me, sad for her. Happily and what you call sorrow, I call home. Blues sinking straight, clear to the bone. Kind of messed up the ending, but that's fine. Not that much. Just a little bit. Have a good one. I'm going to go hit the bong some more and play some pub games. Okay, well, you do that. And I encourage you to do that. He was facing those charges. 2 misdemeanor charges. Misdemeanor of what? What's the misdemeanor? What's the crime? It's true, Hero Lamb. That's absolutely true. Yeah. I think I'm sad because I was going through a divorce, or yeah, I just don't tend to. It took me a long time to understand my emotions for what they are: sadness for sadness, guilt for guilt, etc. The Shiawassee County Prosecutor's Office would drop the case after the Michigan Supreme Court ruled that Whitmer did not have the authority to impose statewide executive orders without the full backing of the legislature. Good job. That's what the courts should say. There's plenty of downsides here, Lamb. You know, chickens come home to roost eventually, like you said. And you end up living with a lot of regret centered around things that were precious that you took for granted and lost. You know. So to your point, Eric, just open your business and force them to arrest you. Exactly. If it were me, it wouldn't even cost me a lawyer. I'd take the free lawyer that they give you because public defender, and then he can deal with all the TE shit, and I'll deal with the actual arguing in court myself and strategizing and stuff. If you cannot afford one, a court will appoint you one. What if you can afford one, but you still want the public defender? Hmm. What does that mean? If you can't, if you can, if you can't afford one, they have some sort of means test. I should hope not. I guess they just figure people who can afford better attorneys will always get better attorneys. They won't prefer to get the public defender over spending the money. But I mean, some people are just don't want to spend the money, right? For me, I just need them for a couple of purposes, and not a lot of different things. Okay, I'm gonna go get myself a cup of coffee. So I want you guys, if you don't mind, terribly, I haven't said this in a long time. I haven't asked this of you for a long time. But if it's not too much to ask, if you wouldn't mind, please, for the time being, while I'm gone, chat amongst yourselves. Hmm. Well, I'll call if I close the action. 4, 5, 6 of hearts, huh? I'll get a 10 of hearts, but I don't have a lot of faith that's going to be the high heart. Ooh. I'm gonna fold this bad boy, I think. Good decision, Eric. Will you not eat this food, please? He's gonna be mad at you, and I don't blame him for being mad at you. You have your own food already done over there. Well, let's all be mad at me then. Okay, I'll get you more food. Hold on. Damn it. Too many things going on at once. Hold on a second. Oh, God. Capilla was eating Trouble's food, and I was about to be like mad at her. I said, Capilla, don't eat Trouble's food. You have your own food. And I looked over and she's all out of food on her plate. So then I can only be mad at myself. Really? She's considering running for governor? Why? I mean, I don't think anybody will vote for her. You have to be, I don't know. You'd have to be crazy to vote for her. I'm going to the lobby for a second. That's it. I'm going to the lobby. Okay, now I can go pour the cat's cat food. You know what? Maybe my phone's had enough charging time that I can actually go in there without it going like, alert, alert, desperation time. Where are my glasses? Balose, that is very clearly fake bad English. You need to work more on how to do bad English, how to fake it. Just a bunch of ridiculous spelling mistakes. There you go, Mama. Both of the cats are out of food. Jeez Louise. The Pio needs a new plate. After a while, the plates get kind of like greasy looking. Time to replace the plate. But that's why we put it on paper plates, because nothing to wash. You just throw it away when you're done with it. There you go, Capilla. Now, Capilla wants to go outside. And at some point here, not too long in the future, if she does go outside, Trouble will want to go outside just so he can harass her. Because we aren't policing outside. He's such a scoundrel. But Capillo decided not to go outside, so it's fine. Alright. Where did I put my meow? Now I have to pee. Meow, do you want to go outside, Capillo? You want to go outside? You can go outside if you want. Yeah. Okay. That's enough time. Alright, now let's stop watching the cat eat because I have to pee. I understand you. Здравствуй, Vadim. Oh yeah, you're from Russia, huh? If you're from Russia, what does that mean? What is Здравствуй, Vadim? What does that mean? If you're really from Russia, you don't even know. See, he doesn't even know what it means. Alright, I'm gonna pee. I'll be back in a second. Oh shit. Oh no, I went to the lobby, that's why. Okay, go ahead, Trouble. Because we don't need you. Let's be honest. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, American protesters. Probably any protesters, but I feel you, dog. But you know what they say. If you're conservative when you're young, you don't have a heart. And if you're liberal when you're old, you don't have a brain. Right? So, I always thought that was pretty correct. I don't think she's going to win, Pretty Cat. I don't think she'd win against almost anybody, but yeah, I don't think California. California might have gone camel over Trump. I'm sure it did, yeah, but um, the idea that there's she just doesn't generate enough support, right? Nobody would ever vote for her. They'd only vote against the other person. This week on Facts About Russia. It's a long ass train ride. Pretty Cat, I would expect you to have appreciated that quote that I said. It's a very, you know, blue and red, black and white, yeah, framing of things, but it's pretty good. Oh, that if you're liberal when you're, if you aren't liberal when you're, if you're conservative when you're young, you don't have a heart. If you're liberal when you're old, you don't have a brain. He looked like Glassy from Good Doctor. I don't know who that is. For real, says 420 Ghost. Are you the ghost of 420? Is that like the ghost of Christmas? Except he just brings weed, or he comes with some purpose, but then he sits down and pulls bulbs, and he forgets what he came for, and it's just like, wait, why did I come here? Oh shit, that's right. I'm supposed to take you and show you something. Oh yeah, you love the glassy. Well, do you love the character I just described to you? Namely, the ghost of 420, past, present, and future. They're all the same. By the end of it, it's just you and the three ghosts pulling balls and listening to music. But have you heard this jam? It's the winters or something, I guess, says G. So I don't know what's stunting my mushroom trips. It must be the Prozac, I would guess. Because, Prozac has a very long half-life. So I should just stop taking the Prozac. I'm gonna go another full week without any Prozac in me, and then I will take the rest of those mushrooms. And maybe next time I'll just take them by myself because there's not really enough for two people. Yeah, I pop a Zac periodically. Just when it's like I don't have anything else to take. It's just, I'll take one of these. What you talking about, Willis? What am I talking about today? Nothing in particular. A little bit of this, a sprinkle of that, a dash of meow. At the moment, I'm not talking about anything at all. I'm just sitting here silently playing poker. My nose is very itchy. Sometimes you gotta burn away the hairs. Some of the Amtrak trains are great too. You saw a video about trains, huh? I like to watch, travel videos sometimes. Like there's this guy, he's a British guy. He's got a girlfriend that sometimes comes along, and he goes on like the fanciest cruise stuff. Do I smoke the good stuff? Yes, I do smoke the good stuff. This is why. Why are you apologizing, my darling? Is it because of your anxious attachment style? Yes, I think it is. This stuff here is not that great. This was, when you go to the weed store, you get three things. Obviously, you get your edibles. In our case, we get drinkables. This is one right here. In fact, that Rachel poured but then didn't drink. This is a THC drink. It's got 100 milligrams of it. Yeah, that's what that is. The ice is all melted, so it's kind of gross now. But, there are my glasses. Okay. There you are, you scoundrels. This is Zuki's. Okay. And it's got a little window here. Look at this. Oh, hold on. Check. So you can see it inside. Isn't that nice? Then you can put it back. You're sleeping so well. But we got the better weed too, which is this weed that I've mostly all smoked now. This is my favorite strain actually. It is Durban Poison. It's called.
You're my favorite strain.
Thanks, darling.
I love you.
I love you too. I love you in that Charlie Brown shirt too. You look sexy as hell
Oh,
with your hair all unkempt. And just to share the people, because you are not indecent at all.
no. This is my going to sleep outfit.
Yeah. As you see her waving, and then back to me. Thank you, darling.
You're welcome.
So are you not tripping very hard?
Not really. I don't think at all. If it made me sleepy, I think I was just sleepy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't trip very hard at all, but it definitely I feel it somewhat, but they're way weaker.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they are. They are.
So that's good to know that you two are more or less unaffected. It made you sleepy.
Yeah, it made me
That's
sleepy.
that's to be expected. Serotonin-y stuff, you know.
Oh, true.
Do you like triple tread? I don't know what triple tread is. Never heard of it. It's a strain. Oh yeah, I don't know anything about it. But I've got. Oh, I need to remember to check those seeds too. I've got seeds starting right now for 5 different strains, and those 5 strains are, in no particular order: Jack Herrera, Northern Lights, Cherry Pie, Gorilla Glue number 4, and Super Skunk. The Super Skunk I didn't choose. It was free seeds that came with the seeds that I bought. Oh yeah, I'm growing more this year than I did last year because I ran out of weed in March. So not great. You grew Kim pie? I'm not familiar with that either. I'd like to get Durban Poison seeds. Oh, it's a mix between cherry pie and Kim dog. Makes sense. That's where the pie comes from. At last, I finally understand. Well, you know what? I'm just going to bet this. I'm just going to bet that many things. Thank you, Mrs. Mom. That's helpful for you, of you. I want to get Durban Poison because I like it a lot. It just has this wonderful taste. It's great. But the weed that both looked the best, because I grew these same strains last year, the weed that both looked the best and was the most stony was Gorilla Glue number 4. It looked crazy. It was so crystally. You're gonna start to grow black mint. I have not heard of any of these strains you're talking about. Are you from Canada or something? Maybe they're Canadian strains. Apparently, you guys aren't welcome anymore. We have to deport you on site. So ridiculous. Oh, you're from Europe. I see. Well, maybe you've got Europe strains. I'm familiar with some of them, but not others. You know, it was very distressing to me. I was going to say disheartening, but I switched to distressing. The breeder is Ripper Seeds. What was very distressing to me was what? What were we talking about? Um, I don't know. It wasn't very distressing, I guess. I said it was very distressing, but it was so not distressing to me that I can't even remember it. This year I'm going to do a better job of planting. This year, each of them is going to be in a nice deep hole that's filled up with steer manure, which is cheap, $4 a bag, compared to potting soil, over $10 a bag. Like, 12, 13, 11. Depending on, you get a little cheaper, a little more expensive. Then after that, it's just grow, grow, grow. No, I've never heard of Ripper Seeds. I think I got my seeds from, I want to say Seed Supreme. I don't really remember. I just I was looking for specific strains. Like I wanted an unadulterated Northern Lights strain. Really? Is the is this seed bank or whatever located in Europe? See, the one I get from is physically located in California. Radical Juice is the greatest strain you know. Hmm. I mean, the bottom line is this: there is no greatest strain, right? If uh, if you just smoke the same strain all the time, then you'll stop getting used to it. So you got to mix it up. And some of them taste a little bit better. Some of them, on the other hand, a little more stony. Like Gorilla Glue number 4 tasted like crap, but it was super crystally and stony. Isn't there, uh, there's a thing called a food dehydrator, right? I wonder what would happen if you tried to use that on weed. If it would be, like, I know it's obviously not as good. Well, I'm not sure it really makes any difference in terms of potency, but when you microwave, like when you first, when you haven't harvested yet, um, and but you want to sample some, right? Uh, Yeah, I should probably do that. I just don't want to like get in trouble or something. Like, I'm gonna go this. Oh, I don't know what else to bet there. I got two pair. Okay, well he folded, so I win. Um, well, I mean, in California, you got to send it to labs to get it tested if you're white market weed. Obviously, if you grow it for your own head, you don't have to get it tested. But if you want to sell legitimate weed in the store, it has to be tested. Not that exact weed, but like that batch of weed. Yeah, but that's why there's a gray market, which is weed stores operating out of a storefront that went out of business, but they keep the old storefront name and sign and everything. And they give no indication that there's a weed store there. And then it just looks like an out of business window store. And then it just stays an out of business window store for indefinitely until they get busted, right? I was inside of a weed store when it got busted one time. The gray market store in Arcadia is what I was thinking of right there. It was the window store. Um, so I just go ahead and raise, I guess, because he's got ace king. Anyway, I was in there and the cops made us all stand up against the wall and get frisked and stuff. And they asked if anything was yours or whatever. And then they'd like bust you if you said something was yours. It was actually part of the store, then you were part of the store and they could bust you. Like I saw through their ploy easily enough, but I'm not sure if other people did. Regardless, I hadn't gotten anything yet. The cops got there before I got my. It was my turn in line. So I was like, can you just let us go now? It's like it. I get it. This store is illegal, but it's not my job as a consumer to check to make sure they've got all their certificates that they need and whatever, right? Obviously, I knew it wasn't a legal weed store, so this is just kind of a legal argument, but mushrooms don't give you the munchies. Mushrooms give you the bunchies. A bunch of crunch. Mushrooms make you not hungry. It's an appetite suppressant. Like if you're on both Adderall and mushrooms, you could just not eat for a long time. But these are very mild mushrooms. So, well, I guess I'm going to end the stream. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. At some point, I'll go to bed, obviously. But in the meantime, I think I'll just watch some TV, see what's on. Maybe watch Sports Center. It's been a long time since I watched Sports Center. Of course, I'll be covering USC's loss to UCLA, but whatever. Not a big deal. All right, hasta la vista, everybody, and I love you, and I'll see you later.